Hey yo! Guten Morgen, dear writers. In today's video, everything is wrong. The first thing that's wrong is that I am completely clogged. I don't know if you can understand it from my voice. And the second thing that is wrong today, which is basically the most important one, is that I feel fucking pain in this finger of my right hand, which is my painting hand. Here, right here. I don't know how this spot of my hand is named in English, neither in Italian actually. Whatever, I feel fucking pain here when I move my finger. Everything is suggesting me not to paint today. When the life suggests you not to do something, is the exact moment that you have to do it. Maybe. Let's paint. I did not use the first lines technique for a while. If you don't know it, I make a giant egg on the wall to catch the proportions, and since today's piece is pretty symmetrical, proportions mean everything. I am in a weird situation because I forgot to bring some colors for the sketch, and now the most convenient choice is to use the color of the outline for sketching. I don't know why, but usually I don't touch the can of the outline until I have to do the outline. But again, today everything is wrong, so let's do it. I need the violet to sketch because my workflow is that I use a color for sketching the letters on the wall in a not exact and, let's say, in a rough way. Then with another color that has enough contrast, I refine what I sketched before. And most of the times I even need more than two colors. In the next future I want to try Smo's workflow with two colors only, and I will probably do a dedicated video about that. In general, the problem of my sketch workflow is that I don't have a dedicated can. I use leftovers or what's more convenient in that moment, which makes the sketch dirty and not precise. I've just done a panino break because I had to stare at my piece in order to understand what's right and what's wrong in it at the moment, and I understood that I have to push the tea a little bit more towards the right, and I also noticed that you should subscribe to this channel if you aren't subscribed already. Quanto piace la frizione! So, I'm done, aka Doner Kebab, with the sketch. As you can see, I am pretty fast. I just finished my sketch and Areseras is filling his piece already insanely fast. I have to say that I've been so slow till now because, as you can already see, I am not doing my complex letter and then throw up-ish style. Today I woke up a normal writer again after a few months. This is wrong, let's say. Also, this is wrong in today's video. Let's do at least one right thing today, and so let's do the background first and the fill-in later. Go, 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 Areseras, go, go, Areseras, go, go, go. Oh, but you just finished. Give me the roller. It's time to skip to the wrongest part, the wrongest element of this whole video. You know that usually I paint with bucket paint, taken from the trash, but still good quality of bucket paint. Hydro paint or quartzo bucket paint. But today I'll use a bucket paint made half with a quartzo bucket paint, which is made for the walls, and half with tempera. I think that this is the right word also in English. Tempera doesn't really work good in case of rain or in general water, especially when it is not dry. I know that I'm doing something wrong, but yesterday I wanted to get a nice purple. I had blue tempera and red tempera and white quartzo bucket paint, and so I did it. By the way, today's bucket paint is so tiny, it's just 1 liter, because I want to do a mixture of bucket paint and some purplish spray cans. Complex color schemes today, yes. It is so tiny, so fucking tiny. Oh, it's so cool. The color, as you can see, is so cool. First impression is quite okay. Okay, actually these work, even if, as you can see, when it dries it changes a little bit the color, but it's still okay. The fresh one is a little bit cooler, but it's still super okay. Whatever, it's time to use some cans, because I want to figure out how to put the color, because I made some tries at home yesterday, but since it changed the color, the game is changed a little bit. Using a can to fill is a feeling that I miss every time I use bucket paint only. I think that hybrid fills are the solution in terms of money and feelings. Okay, as you've seen, I had a problem because I planned also that red for kind of red color for the fill-in, but it really ruins everything, so I'm not gonna put it in the color scheme. I'm not 100% satisfied because the bucket paint turned out too muddy. Let's say it's not enough purple. I only hope that with the outline it will be a little bit better. By the way, my action cam at some point died in the middle of the effects process, but I was too much in the flow to stop, change battery and all this stuff. Anyway, it's time for the background, a clean one this time, and I'll do this background that's a trend nowadays. It seems to be like a shadow of your piece, but it turns out to be also the background because it reminds to the viewer some shapes of the letter, but at the end it's a background. And last year I said that I wouldn't have done this background in my life because it's a trend basically, but I changed my mind because it's cool at the end, it's fast and it's funny to do. So not doing something only because it's a trend, even if you like it, well, it's a bullshit, so I'll do it.
By sheer coincidence.
Do you know what's the best thing that can happen to you when you are at a wall painting something? That your girlfriend brings to you the coffee. Thank you! Also the fucking Ferrero Rocher, the sponsor of this video, obviously. No, boh, comunque io ho quasi finito, cioè devo fare solo l'outline che ho fatto.
22 hours later.
Bastardo. A special thanks goes to my girlfriend that helped me to adjust that shadow. Hi, this is Blurred Vent and this is time for the highlights. But of course, only after more fixing from my girlfriend. Yo writers, I am Doner Kebab, aka I'm done. What I just said isn't actually that true, because I'm making an overline, as you can tell. I wasn't that sure, but in the end Ares and Sophie convinced me, and it was a good advice. And so, this is how 5 hours of painting by me look like. But as always, let's analyze it. In this one I came back to a super classic balancing. No structures coming out from the V, no big arrows at the bottom. Peacock tail balancing is back, harder than ever. For those of you who don't know it, peacock tail because the V, the N and the T are slanted like the feathers in a peacock tail, from the center towards the top and all directions, to be honest. In this case, V towards up on the left, N and T towards up on the right. On the other hand, the E in this case is not part of that. Indeed, is the only letter that is not connected with the others, by the way. It is set in the empty space between the V and the N. Is an alien element, let's say. And as you can tell, it breaks the composition because it's not slanted, it's completely vertical. Whatever. This piece, in general, is super symmetric. On the top, V and T have symmetrical endings, and also the chips are more or less symmetric, or symmetrical, I don't really know. At the bottom, these 3 sticks are perfectly symmetrical, they create sort of an arc, and then the arrows are not symmetrical. I mean, the glance is okay, but if you pay attention to them, you notice that the right arrow is taller than the left one. This is due to the different slanting between the V and the T. The T is less slanted, and if I made these elements shorter, the overall look would have been completely stupid. The letters themselves are quite classic, only the E is different than usual. I wanted to use all the knowledge that I got recently to create my prototype of classic vent lettering without drop letters or giant arrows and stuff like that. I wanted to do my classic style, let's say, and it came out nice, in my opinion. Also thanks to the color scheme, and at the end the purple bucket paint is okay as it is on the wall, and it matches good with the darker purple. Well, the background, it is a bit messy. I've done it on purpose. I think that since it's not clean, the lines are dirty, etc., it looks like it's out of focus, like in photography. I like it, but I don't know if this effect is only in my head or not. So tell it to me in a comment, please, and subscribe to the channel, leave a like and all the stuff, because this video is finished. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, see you next time.